The Highway Safety Foundation is sponsoring the Greater Hartford Open as a reminder to you that driving safely on the highways is more important than driving safely on the golf course.
For those of you who are like me, who love to get out and hit the ball, you can imagine what it is to have a sign that reads, the 22nd Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open. Sponsored by the Greater Hartford JCs and my organization, the Highway Safety Foundation, in something that 14 standing ovations can't even match. Like Arnie says, it's a reminder. Well, let me put it this way. Hope you like the tournament and the Pro-Am. I had a ball.
It's the first tee, Thursday, Labor Day weekend, Pro-Am time. Lee Trevino, last year's winner, the defending champion. It's an event I've won twice.
Because I happen to be the national chairman of the Highway Safety Foundation, I called on a few friends, and they all showed up.
Thank you.
I mean, when you get guys and golfers like Bob Hope, Mike Douglas, Joe Williams, and show business's inimitable Milton Berle, that ain't too bad, man, because ain't none of them cats opening X.
You better catch me on the up until the second hole, because I don't think I'm going to make it.
We're going to roll you on the first tee, I'll tell you that.
You better roll me on the first tee. I'm very glad to see you. Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Oh, tiriamo così me la chiado, y que le va a dar que ya que se me la quiera. Y que le va a dar una marquilla de la corriente que se Oh, I thought this was Lee Trevino. I don't know. Chi-Chi, come in here. We're on camera. This is my partner, Chi-Chi Rodríguez. And you, I can't help you today.
No?
No, because after what you taught me at Dorado...
What's your handicap? Your name?
Now, look, I don't mind you giving me club selection and all that stuff, but please don't lift me in and out of the cart before people, will you? Great to see you.
You got to check out. You check 17 clubs.
We have a gang in our foursome today, don't we?
Pro-Am Day is a bit on the wild side. The temperature's up, and a record 30,000 people have come out to join in the fun.
Okay, you better get back.
I don't want to say anything, but I think you're all in a dangerous position. That goes to the guy with the funny hat. This was ridiculous shot I never had to make. Say a secret word and it comes down in the dark. I'm gonna get you.
You know, I'm having such a good time here. Well, see, let me tell you what it is. This is like my tournament, right? That's groovy. And I love the game and the people associated with it.
I can just see the headlines tomorrow. Sammy Davis Jr. hit white guy.
I really dig the idea of getting out here with the great pros of golf. You know, like Lee Trevino and Arnold Palmer and then all the rest of the guys, because they are the incredible ones.
Smile to the camera, please.
As a matter of fact, can you imagine me as a great golfer? Watch this.
Yeah, you're gonna love that. You're gonna love that one.
The Greater Hartford's also a time for the Greater Hartford businessmen to get out and swing with visiting celebrities and us professionals. The insurance capital delivers its own invincible army to the Wethersfield Lynx. And they had quite a time of it. Bob Hope toured the course with me on Thursday. I've always enjoyed playing with Bob. He's a good friend and a real credit to the game. And like me, he loves to talk.
Okay, exactly right. All right.
Are you got the card? I'll carry it. You got the card?
You push them inside the white line, huh?
You know, I've seen all kind of golfers through the years. I've been involved with the game for a long time as a hacker. And I've sort of come to draw certain parallels between the way people drive cars and the way people drive golf balls.
Swell shot, Rob. Why don't you get lost?
As we're watching the tournament here, I think it's an interesting sort of comparison to keep in mind.
Thank you.
Putts down.
Enjoyed it.
I mean it.
Enjoyed it. Good day. Thank you, Bob.
Fine. I'll be back. You know, I get down to weight, I'll be back. Ready for all comers. But it's beautiful, and I think you'll have a great tournament. They certainly had a wonderful crowd today.
The Pro-Am's over, and tomorrow, Friday, is the first round of this $200,000 Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open. Arnold Palmer on the first tee now. Hard on the American Tour after an operation, Gary Player is already showing his stuff here, on his way to scoring an opening round 66.
Well, son, you were walking out there giving me a hand all day today, weren't you?
Yeah, I know.
There we are, my friend.
Could you send me another one?
I sure can.
Brother?
Australia's Bruce Devlin will shoot a first round 65 with incredible shots like this to the 16th green. Devlin will tie today with Wickers and Hurd, and smiling Hubert Green here, shooting his career best 63, will lead the first round of the Open in a record-breaking Connecticut heat wave. Saturday, second round. Angela Davies, wife of the tournament co-chairman, heads a communication network to leaderboards spread over the par 71 Hartford course. There are a lot of low scores here. 8 players will finish the second round at 8 under par. The top golfers today will do even better than that. A figure that might ordinarily be a welcome second round score is nothing to cheer up here at Hartford.
8 under.
Opinion is whoever wins this tournament is going to have to shoot something around 20 under par.
And we'll drop the 7. That's it.
Player's progress so far is promising to give him a good round. His tee shot off 9 is in fine shape.
Very happy with it. Very happy.
Ron, have you been able to find anything on Gary Player for me, please?
Get up.
Thank you. Would you send a runner out somewhere and check this with the scoring lady, please, for car?
Weathersfield's 16th green. And on his way to shooting a second round 65, Mr. Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer at 8 under after 16.
Arnie again, going for another birdie.
This Saturday round was figuring to be my best round of the year. It helped a lot to leave only 1 putt short of the hole all day. Casper was doing quite well, too. And he'd won this tournament 3 times before.
Leaderboards, this is how you should read. Casper, 10 under after 36. Devlin, 10 under after 36.
Trevino, going for an eagle.
We were playing the 14th almost like a par 4. Lee got up easily with a 3-wood.
Trevino again, now on the long par 3 17th. He's headed for a second round tie with Casper and Devlin.
This is where concentration really counts. Like being at the wheel of your car and missing just that one little detail on the road up ahead.
Jim Wickers, tee to green on the 5th hole. Wickers will score a 66 today to finish at 11 under par, making him the second round leader.
Jim did exactly what makes a consistent winner, shooting a steady 5 under par 66. A lot of the fellows were getting a little edgy with the great number of low scores. Casper, Trevino, and myself had all shot 65s. I was looking forward to tomorrow's third round.
The practice tee, Sunday morning. A session with a couple of guys called Arnie and Lee.
Is that beautiful? Huh? Two hams with each other. Huh? Hey. He's good with that glove, though, isn't he?
You know, one of the great things about this life, being on the tour, is traveling in good company. We do cover some miles. Of course, I fly most of mine, but a lot of the younger fellas getting started have to drive from one tournament to the next with their families, like Rick and Cindy Massengale here at Hartford. They've got themselves 2 kids and a station wagon that really knows some miles.
It takes a long time to warm up.
Like most of us, they had the fuel shortage and driving safety on their minds coming up here to the Sammy Davis.
I think Sammy Davis being associated with the tournament is probably going to help the tournament a lot.
He's done a lot for highway safety or driving safety since then, hasn't he?
I've seen a lot of the public advertising he's done for it.
You know, really, golf and driving have a lot in common. They, you know, the last couple of weeks I've learned to be a lot more patient on the golf course, and probably wouldn't hurt if I got a lot more patient while I was driving.
You take, for example, a lot of people who are playing the fool on the highways and kidding around a little. Well, it's only when some of you get hurt and end up in hospital or see some of the terrible wrecks that you're sorry that you had done it. This is not meant to be a lecture, but just in every business, in my business in golf, we do play the fool occasionally, but when we get down to holding those putts, we're all very serious because we know that we cannot hold that putt unless we have our full concentration. And the same applies to driving a motor car. Anybody driving a motor car and taking their eye off the road for just 1 second can have an accident.
Rick Massengale on the 18th green Sunday. The third round has begun with 22 lead players within 5 strokes of one another. Among the top 40 money winners this year is one of the men who's looking good for a possible tournament win here at Hartford, Lee Elder.
Can you imagine it? Lee finished the day at 11 under. That's like me two-putting the moon. Still, there were guys that were topping that.
We'll be right there, honey. That's a love call, isn't it?
Supermex. He scored a 67 today for a 54, 12 under par.
Buffalo Billy Casper off the 5th tee. Casper has scored a first round 67 and a second round 65. His aim is sharp, and he's one of the best putters on tour. Casper is hot to win here. It would be number 4 in his collection of Hartford victories.
30. I could see this third round was going to be a scoreboard-watching tournament, a real scramble without any room for mistakes. Gary was looking real good at 14 under. That would have tied for the lead, but he was off the 18th fairway, in among some trees to the left. Gary would bogey 18 and go on to a second-place tie, third round. I had my share of fairway problems, too. These are some of the road hazards we run into on the golfer's route from point A to point B. You're always rubbing shoulders with that need to survive in this game, like in highway travel. It may not be the big thing that rules your game, but it's always there, and you have to protect yourself at every turn.
Well, I can see the shadows when they walk across the back of the gallery there. I must be looking for it. It's all right. It's all right. This is fine.
You know what I admire greatly is the complete, totally professional attitude that the golfers have. It's a breed of men that are unknown, you know.
Arnold Palmer finishes Sunday's third round at 13 under par. People are saying if Arnie keeps on like this, he may well win this 22nd annual GHO. This year and from now on known as the Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open.
Well, the thing of it is, it's just like in your business. See, these fellows didn't learn this today.
Yeah, I know.
They've been working since that high.
Now, coming on to 18, Jim Wickers, yesterday's second round leader, currently at 12 under par. Wickers' ball bites hard and sticks, 25 feet from the pin, something he's not too happy about. A TV monitor feeds scores to the tower, showing that Wickers could tie for a third round second place, if he birdies here.
How do you do about that, Sam? I think that's dynamite. It's like taking a lesson.
That's right.
Bruce Devlin's third round has been a masterpiece in target shooting. His approach now to the 11th green. Bruce's ball bounces out of the cup. It would have been an eagle. On the 18th hole, Bruce Devlin is sand-trapped, but he'll still finish the third round at 14 under par.
Okay, Bruce. Super!
You see, when you're in a sand trap on a golf course, you can always get out if you keep your head down. See, it's not so easy when you're driving on the highway and you get into a trap.
4-3-4. That's a hell of a finish.
That's another kind of a trap, and you can't always get out because balance is not always in your favor.
You really have to admire a man with Bruce Devlin's talent, and also what young Hubert Green did today after shooting a 73 yesterday. This birdie gives Green a third round 63, same as his first round, and ties him for the lead with Bruce Devlin. That's the way it was for the third round. Now, we all had to get down to business for that big number 4.
Action will continue at the Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open Golf Tournament in Weathersfield in just a moment.
The final round now of the tournament. $40,000 to the winner. Monday, Labor Day, first tee.
First, with a score of 200, 13 under par, from Laurel Valley, Pennsylvania, a man who numbers among his many tour titles 2 Greater Hartford Open championships, Arnold Palmer.
I didn't get the best shot off that first tee. It was going to be a day of hard work. I knew that much.
Three times winner of the Greater Hartford Open, Billy Casper.
Like Palmer, Casper is 13 under, 1 stroke off the lead.
The defending champion of the Greater Hartford Open, Lee Trevino.
Last year's winner, 2 strokes off the lead at 12 under par. Trevino has never been known to waste time. He marches straight into an early lead here on the 5th hole. After 6 holes, the up-and-down game of Hubie Green is still at yesterday's 14 under par. No 63 for him today. Green will finish 4 strokes back in this final round.
I felt it. I really felt it. It was a good day, and I was hot going into the back 9. That's the 11th hole, my 3rd consecutive birdie, 16 under par.
On the next hole, Palmer will birdie again, 4 in a row, to tie for the lead with Player and Devlin. Arnie's Army is ecstatic.
Lee Elder, playing 2 groups ahead of me, was just about to take a solo lead here. Watch this. Elder would put it away for 18 under par. Everybody was burning up the course. On 14, Jim Wickers at 16 under par, obviously hoping for an eagle that would put him in a tie for the lead.
Wickers will go to 17 under par. Now on the same hole, Billy Casper, also hoping for an eagle that would tie him for the lead.
And here was my chance. on 15 to tie for the lead. Behind me, Lee was going for an eagle on 14, also to tie for the lead. '14 was quite a shooting gallery. Co-leader Bruce Devlin went for an eagle too, and got his. That's where Bruce took the solo lead at 19 under par. That dropped me back here on the 16th to 2 strokes off the lead. The scoring shuffle is great for the galleries, but I'm really not involved with other golfers' strokes while I'm out there. I have to watch my own road and not get too wrapped up in the traffic. Your competitor traffic isn't like your hot just here if you don't watch the other guy.
Arnold Palmer has gone to 18 under par, 1 stroke off the lead now. On the 15th hole, Gary Player is in trouble. His ball caught and rolled back into the bunker. At 18 under, Gary's faced with having to save a bogey.
Of course, I didn't see it, but I heard about it later. Gary came out of the trap too strong and left himself a 30-footer to make a bogey, which he missed, dropping him to 16 under par and quite disappointedly out of contention for this tournament.
Billy Casper now in his approach shot to the 16th green. It gives him a good birdie chance, an opportunity to go to 19 under. He could tie Devlin for the lead here. Billy Casper and Bruce Devlin, 2 minutes field at 19 under.
I couldn't help but hear the gallery's reaction to Billy's putt. That dropped me to 3rd place tie, but still 2 holes to play. My putt on 17 really fooled me. I wasn't ready for this.
On the 16th green, Bruce Devlin hopes to break his first-place tie with Billy Casper. It's a long, long hope that at the final moment fails. Casper now on the 17th, going for a solo lead at 20 under par. Billy Casper, alone, is the tournament leader.
Walking to the 18th green, I looked over and saw the leaderboard. Casper was at 20 under par. Well, I thought I might wind up tying for the lead if I could birdie. I had a good lie. I felt good about the putt. I'd have to make it. The ball just hung there. Everybody was yelling, wait, but I knew it wasn't going to roll in, so I tapped it in. I felt I wanted to go right on to another tournament. Just keep on playing while I was hot. The Greater Hartford Open was one of those great times in golf that makes it all worthwhile.
Bruce Devlin on 17, his 3rd consecutive attempt to go to 20 under par. Bruce is down to just 1 last chance now.
Tournament, the electricity of the tournament was absolutely incredible. Somebody said to me, hey, Sam, you got a smash hit here. And I just pointed to the guys that are out there, those fantastic professional golfers, and said, not me, baby. You tell it to them.
Coming on to the 18th green at 20 under par, Casper knows all he has to do is lag a 35-footer here for a sure 2-putt. Easy work for Billy.
That's my man.
Billy Casper, king of the putters, saves par. Casper has completed an incredible 4 rounds. So here on the 72nd hole, for Goose Devlin, it's now either a birdie in a playoff or second place money. A record-breaking 4th Hartford title at a tournament record 20 under par goes to Billy. It's the way golf was at the first Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open. At the presentation, co-chairman Jeff Newfield and Peter Davies.
Truly got to thank the whole community of Hartford, the Greater Hartford area. They've done such a great job for the last 21 years, but this year also, and this gentleman doesn't take any credit.
Peter Davies honors Mr. Dick Wayman, founder and president of the Highway Safety Foundation.
And all of his staff and Sammy Davis's staff in Los Angeles. I'd like a round of applause for the Highway Safety and Sammy Davis. To you, the Greater Hartford community, Sammy Davis Jr.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. May I ask Mr. Casper to come up? I have a new name for you. Everybody's got a name in this business, but I want to call you Sir William now. Because you handle yourself with the dignity that befits that title. You always have. To Mr. Billy Casper, a check from the GHO for $40,000.
You know, I look forward to many more Hartford Opens and the camaraderie of being with the great professionals and the great people, the JCs and the people of the Greater Hartford area. But I hope that as we drive that ball, we will remember to drive safely. There's all kinds of things happening in our country at this point. It's a thing called the energy crisis. Somehow or other, I kind of think that the average driver driving 55 miles an hour doesn't upset me too much. I just hope he has the concern to know that even if he's driving at a slower pace, there is still something to watch out for. Drive your golf ball on Sunday. But when you drive on Monday, remember, drive safely, because there are people who care about you.